Right then, so I've just watched Eddie Hall's fight versus the Nafate brothers. I think that's how you say their surname. But yeah, Eddie Hall absolutely destroying the Nafate brothers in the third round. And yeah, let's be real though, that was basically pretty. Well, the whole thing was pretty embarrassing, really. To be fair, just I don't know why it even happened. To be fair, I mean, no, well, for the money, obviously. I mean, they all probably got paid pretty well. But yeah, the whole show is a pretty much an embarrassment, really. But that Eddie Hall fight, it was embarrassing, but it was also entertaining as well. To be fair, first of all, I don't understand why it was put together, like, other than money wise. Like, that kind of thing's really bloody dangerous if we're being honest. Like, Eddie Hall is like, I think he weighed into this fight like 26 stone or something. And then you've got the Nafate brothers who, I mean, let's be real. They're both like 5'2", 5'3". And they don't look like they weigh much at all. Eddie Hall's 6'3", 26 stone. It's dangerous. Like, one of them bloody got cleaned out in the last round. But yeah, like, this is why there's weight classes for a reason. In combat sport, like, that is why. And let's be real, these two Nafate brothers, they're not professional fighters. It's not like you've got Volkanovski and like Ilya Tapuria versus Eddie Hall. You've got two influences going up against Eddie Hall. Like, I don't. It's not good because those two weren't professional fighters. One of them got cleaned out badly, but badly that was. Yeah, but it was entertaining to watch that final round though. The first two rounds were an absolute shambles. I mean, let's be real. If I was in there with Eddie Hall, I'd do the exact same thing as what the Nafati brothers were doing, just keeping away from him and then just randomly running in with kicks and running straight back out. But yeah, I mean, I think let's be real. That's what most of us would do if we were in there with Eddie Hall. But yeah, then they went for in the third round and they're both just getting chucked around. One of them got cleaned out, then one of them went out, and then one of them was still in, and Eddie Hall went after him. Then Granite Pound got him out of there. But yeah, like, the whole thing is pretty dangerous when you've got someone as big as Eddie Hall, former strongman, going up against two tiny influences. It's dangerous stuff, and I don't get how it was allowed to happen overall. I don't get how it was allowed by commissions and stuff. I really don't. Like, I get it was two versus one and all that, but let's be real. Those two combined aren't even nowhere near as big as Eddie Hall anyway. Like, let's be real. I don't get how it happened, but it was entertaining though. It was entertaining, and that's a big thing though. It was done for our entertainment. They all got out of there okay, luckily. But let's be real. That, as I said, there's weight classes for a reason in combat sport, especially when it's influences as well. They're like, these guys aren't professional fighters. Like, let's be real. If it was Volkanovski versus Eddie Hall, for example, Volkanovski can actually win that because he's a pro fighter. And he's smart, knows what he's doing. But these two, I was surprised that when they were going in for those leg kicks, they didn't break their bloody ankle. I was really, really, really surprised at that, to be honest. I was really surprised. Yeah, it was a very, very, very strange one. I was going to say something, but I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, yeah, let's be real, though. If we're scoring this fight, the judges are going to find that so ridiculously hard. Like, how would you score those first two rounds? Like, imagine if that went the distance. How would you score that? Like, let's be real. You'd give at least one of the rounds to the Nafati brothers because, they jumped in, landed leg kicks. They landed the shot. Eddie Hall wasn't able to land shots because the two blade kept on running away from him. So, the first round you probably give to the Nafate brothers, to be fair, because they landed a few leg kicks. Eddie Hall wasn't able to land anything. Round two, Eddie Hall was basically trying to push the pace a bit more, even though Eddie Hall was basically stood up against the cage because, he didn't want to obviously get sneak attacked by one from behind. But either way, though, like, if that happened anyway from Eddie Hall, why is Eddie Hall not going right on? Like, Eddie Hall should have gone right after one of them from the off. gone after him, tries to take him down, and it's like the other one would have been on his back, but he would have been able to, slam him over his head anyway. Like, I don't see why Eddie Hall was so cautious up against the cage anyway. I thought that was strange because Eddie Hall could just slam them down both at once, like he literally did in that third round. But either way, though, it would have been the same outcome either way. We just had to, wait a little bit longer with the Fate brothers just leg kicking him and then running away. That was just the extra bit added. If they both went at it like they did in the third round, in the first round, the exact same outcome would have happened anyway. It just would have been sooner. Let's be real though. There was anticipation around this because everyone just wanted to see how it would end and stuff. But there we got it. Like, it was entertaining. Let's be real. It was. The end of it was entertaining when obviously they went for it in the last round. Eddie Hall sparked one of them. Then it would have been then it was interesting to see a bit when one of them was just in there with Eddie Hall. And yeah, like it was entertaining. It was done for our entertainment. And I like Eddie Hall, but I think the whole thing was a bit embarrassing overall, to be fair. I think the whole thing was embarrassing. I don't know why he took it and just didn't try and get a bigger fight against a bigger guy for a bigger amount of money. That's the thing, though. But yeah, the whole thing's been the whole setup of it, I know, it's a bit of a shambles. They've all got money from it, though, so fair play. But yeah, I just find the whole thing strange how it was allowed to happen and all, though. But yeah, is what it is. There was so many. Yeah, there was so many weird fights on that card. I mean, I didn't see it all because I was mostly watching England. But all the two fights that I saw were the mixed tag team match, which they had. I mean, why that stuff happens, tag team matches in combat sport, I don't know. And then the whole 2 versus 1 thing's weird, but it was fair anyway. Eddie Hall was always going to win it, but I don't get why he accepted it anyway when that was obvious that was going to happen. But because he could have taken a bigger fight for bigger money. But yeah, I guess it was there to entertain people though. So yeah, there we go. Embarrassing, but kind of entertaining. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, King. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.